Hello and welcome to the show today. It's today's United Kingdom talk, and we kick off the show today with the rest of the email that we didn't have a chance to finish from Jennifer in Hollywood. If you were watching the last show, you'll know where we are in the email. Just to recap, boys and girls, Jennifer, one of her jobs is to feed cows. Yes, you may know a couple of yourself. I bet you've been out with a few, haven't you? Eh? She feeds cows. And she was chatting away about one of her jobs and what have you. And she says, at the end of the email, she says, I love cows. Aren't they? Isn't it awful, really, when you think about it? Such friendly creatures, are they not, cows? Great big massive things, you know, with probably one good kick could kill us, but they don't. They are so nice and friendly, and yet we eat them, dear. Oh, those poor things. I do feel guilty sometimes, don't you? Oh, come on, you must do. I bet you feel guilty sometimes eating bits and pieces of animals, especially young ones. I mean, I couldn't have lamb. I'm sorry, dear. Those poor things have just come out of their mothers, haven't they? I'm sorry. I could not eat lamb. My cousin in Australia, I was there for Australia Day, and he'd bought some lamb chops, and I couldn't eat them, dear. The thought of eating that poor young animal, I mean, it hasn't even lived, dear. Just a few weeks and we're eating the thing. Oh, it can't be right, can it, dear? You know what I mean. Anyway, the rest of her email, not much left, actually. It says, I guess I'll share the next job when I do another email because this one was rather long. Oh, it's not long, dear. It's not even a page long. That's not a long email, love. You write as longer emails as you want, dear. The longer your emails, the less there is for me to talk about myself. Okay? She says, I remember you were talking in a previous show about lazy English with your listener in Oregon. The 10:30 versus 10:30. Yeah. Because we had a listener in Oregon who was saying, what does 10:30 mean? 10:30 is a lazy way of saying 10:30, okay, just so you know. She said, you said in another show, 6:30, in your show dated the 21st of December 2009. Go back and listen for yourself. You spoke lazy English, mate. Are you saving on words? You're having a lot. What, me saving on words? You must be joking, dear. I like to say as many words as possible. I do. I'm actually not going to die very early either. I'm going to live for thousands of years, and do you know what? I'm going to talk for every single second. I am. She says, OK, enough for now. Have a super evening. So thank you for that. Nice to hear from you, Jennifer. Can I just apologise that your emails did take so long to come up because of catching up with the holiday thing. But there we are. We're almost up to it now. I also promised you in the last show that I would give you the postal address to the show. OK, so that's coming up in a second as well. Go and grab a pen. Quick one here from Tom Harris. From TomHarrisUSA.com. Who writes, I found your show along with other shows, I think he means, not other people. When I searched for talk stations on Live 365, because I was asking in the previous show, how did you actually find this programme? You know? He found us on Live 365. He said that was over a year ago, and I hadn't found yours. If I hadn't found yours, I might not be doing my own show now. I personally blame the pigeons. Well, that's it. Remember, watch out for pigeons, OK? Evil creatures. Actually, I think there's some very good-looking pictures of... Have you ever typed in pigeon and images on Google? There's some very, very good-looking pigeons. And there's all sorts of different ones. They're not just your usual drab old grey ones. There's some with little things sticking up from their heads and everything. Beautiful creatures. If I was a pigeon, I would definitely fancy some of the other pigeons that I saw in those pictures. I'm telling you that now, lovey. Go and have a look. Type in pigeons on Google and click images. I saw beautiful, beautiful creatures, dear. I might get one myself, dear. Do you think they'd want to sleep in the same bed as me as a pigeon? Just a thought. You know, that's something to cuddle at night, isn't it? Eh? Just a thought, just a thought. Thank you, Tom. Right, here comes the postal address, boys and girls. Are you ready? The postal address is Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG429ED. Once again, my gorgeous people, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG429ED, United Kingdom. Send in a postcard if you're coming on holiday, or if you're going on holiday somewhere. I want to see pictures of where you were. Someone has sent in a couple of pictures today. Young Kath in Wales. We'll come on to that in a minute, Kath. Don't rush me, dear. Don't rush me. Okie doke. Oh, and if you're outside the UK, please put United Kingdom at the end as well. Okay? Hello to Suko in New York, who says, hello, Chris. I haven't had the chance to watch your shows from Australia. Oh, my God, Suko. All that time and effort for nothing. There I could have been enjoying tourist-type things and sitting by the beach. Instead, I spent time and effort making shows which you have not watched. Why do I bother? I mean, why do I bother living, eh? I may go downstairs after this show and kill myself. There's just no point, is there? Absolutely no point. She says, but I did watch the one in which you showed the clock shaped like Norfolk Island. Oh, did you see that? It's a beautiful piece of woodwork, that, isn't it? She said, you must have been very touched. No one touched me at all, Suko. I'm very disappointed to say on that island. I walked around for ages. Not a single person came up and touched me. I do like a bit of being touched, don't you? Do you enjoy being touched? Oh, sorry, I'm losing the plot here. I haven't read the whole sentence. You must have been very touched when it was presented to you, as it has a special meaning and beauty to you. Not that it isn't attractive to me. No, I think it is. It does have a very special meaning. To be given something, anything, doesn't matter what it is always very nice, especially when I've done a job for someone, you know. Suko says, it made me recall the toilet seat clock a friend once gave me for Christmas. A toilet seat clock. What a strange thing that is. So how do you tell the time? Now, Suko is, of course, a woman. So how do you tell the time? Do you have to sort of open your legs and look down while you're sitting there on the top? Oh, my God, the thought of that, dear. I've just pictured it in my mind, Suko. Stop it. Take that pic. Please, Lord, take that image out of my mind now. Suko sitting on a toilet. Get it out of my head. Suko says, she is a mentally challenged person I have known all my life, and she had picked it out herself, and it was so excited when she gave it to me. Well, I hope not too excited that she actually had to be the first person to use it, dear. Why is it sometimes that when we laugh a lot, have you ever thought of this, right? Talking of toilet type things, why is it when we laugh a lot, or we get very excited, a little bit of wee comes out? Have you noticed that? Why does that happen? Why did God, in all his mercy and wondrousness, make it so that the human body, when it laughs very much or gets very excited, sometimes lets a little bit of wee out? Oh, dear, dear me. Onward, onward. Suko says, the toilet seat clock became quite a conversation piece. Everyone found it funny that someone with my taste would display such a clock. But it meant so much because of who gave it to me. Yes, it's not what is given, is it? It's who gave it. Now, take, for example, on my right-hand side, which I think is that your left or your right? I'm not sure. On my right-hand side, I have shelves. Okay? I have shelves with things on them. Now, of course, if you're listening, you can't see this. If you're watching, you will always notice my shelves of things that are next to me. All right? And on that shelf, I have things that were given to me by people. There, right in the middle, and I do change the things around on the shelves, is a plate which is from the Isle of Wight, sent in by Kath and David, regular viewers and listeners to both my chat shows and my music and chat show. Right, so there's a plate there. What else have we got there? And also I have several animals on here. I have a wooden elephant, okay? And I have this wooden... I'm not quite sure what it is. It's like a mask, which it all comes apart, you see. All comes apart, made of wood, which is supposed to bring good luck, that thing. And a wooden giraffe as well. And that was given to me by my friend Ron on his various visits across the world. Behind there, you can't see it at the moment, is a wooden box with... Oh, I'm going to... let me move the plate. I'll have to move the plate to show you this, because it is actually holding up the plate at the moment. And I do move these things around. Behind here is a wooden box with a picture of myself, Suko and the Queen, all sitting around a table, having a cup of tea, and there's a little teapot and all that in there. And it's just wonderful. And Suko sent this to me in 2008. So you see, I do keep these things, and this is wonderful. This little thing that Suko sent in. On the top there are 3 wise Buddhas. Okay, they were sent in by Ivona in Slovakia. Again, a regular listener to the show. And there's some other bits and pieces on the floor there, which you can't see at the moment because, you know, I can't put everything on the shelves at the same time. I've got this, which is extremely heavy. This was sent in by a guy called Lee in Wales. Okay, and this was from Disney World. It's a globe. It's one of those, like, snowing globes. Let me just shake it a bit. It's a snowing globe with evil witches and things from the various Disney films. And it's kind of, I must say, oh, it's a bit dusty, dear. That was sent in by Lee, and that's ever so heavy. That cost him quite a lot to send in the post. So people do send things in, which is always very, very nice and kind, I have to say. So thank you very much for those. But no one has sent me in a clock toilet seat. I haven't had one of those yet, Suko. Rather disappointingly, may I add. All right, so if you ever want to send anything in, and if I had postcards, I'd be putting those up there as well, all right? Anything like that. Oh, dear, what's fallen over? Oh, my giraffe has fallen over, my loves. Look at that, my giraffe fell over then. Oh, will you stand up, dear? Oh, the giraffe, oh, it can't. What's happened to its feet? It was all right a minute ago. What, are you drunk? I've got a drunk giraffe sitting next to me. There we are. Is that going to stay up now? Just about. Okay. Right then, back to the email. Talking about her clock toilet seat. Suko says, this year, many years since the clock, this woman who bought the clock took Suko to a sewing class. Oh, sorry. The lady who bought Suko the clock took a sewing class and made me a heart-shaped pillow for Christmas. Oh, isn't that nice? Although it doesn't go with my Asian decor, I have it on my computer chair. When she sees it in my home, she gets excited. Does she get so excited that she lets out a little bit of wee? Does she? How awful. She gets excited and reminds me that she made it especially for me. And then there's all those gifts Jade has made for me or bought me over the years from the school boutique. Oh, well, they're very special, aren't they? Presents from children. It doesn't matter what they are. Yeah, if they are homemade, all well the better. Isn't it so nice to receive your first picture from your child that they drew or painted at school? Isn't that wonderful? Huh? To get something from a child that they've made is just marvellous. Suko says, you don't even want to hear about the things Jade bought me. Of course I do, dear. Come, send us another email and tell me what Jade's made or bought you over the years. And she says, but I'll always cherish them, especially the sort of self-portrait of her blowing her nose in a tissue. It's priceless. What a strange thing to send. A picture of someone blowing their nose. I mean, perhaps I could do a model. Couldn't I? Could model for you. Okay, if you pause the programme, you'll have to get it on the YouTube for this. Okay, pause the programme now, or just when I blow my nose, and I can model for you. Are you ready? Here we go. Did you get me? Do you want me to do it again? Shall I do it again? You got me? Okay? Now you can send me a picture of me blowing my nose into a blue tissue. Thank you, Suko. Nice to hear from you. The email address to the show, feel free to join in, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Alrighty. Here's a lovely card. Now, Kath, who's in Wales, always sends in beautiful cards with pictures. And she's got some photographs here that she took of where it's just stunning, of when there was snow. Okay, and not only that, she sent me in a picture. I'm just going to, let me get over here, just a minute. Not only that, she's now got a computer. Kath's only just come on the internet, and she sent in a picture of her computer screen about to load up United Kingdom Talk. So she's able to work it at last. Some other pictures here. Freezing fog over sunny downtown Mould. -7 degrees. Rather you than me, Kath. I don't like the cold weather. There's a picture of... Now, this is the sort of place I like to live in, okay? Tall, lovely trees and a path running through them. She sends another picture of more trees there. But I love the forest. I love the forest and the smells early on a spring or summer morning. Picture of the forest with lots of snow there. Beautiful, just beautiful. And one more here, more snow. It does look rather cold there, down there in Wales. As I say, -7, rather you than me, my dove. Oh dear. And I've got a card as well here. As I say, Kath lives in Wales at a place called Mould, M-O-L-D, in Flintshire. And she sends this one in on the 9th of March. Hi, Chris. Hope you're keeping well as can be expected, my darling. I mean, it's hard. One has to try and keep fit. I'm going swimming quite a lot now. I've lost a bit of weight, but I'm not weighing myself today. I've learnt that you only weigh yourself once a week. Now, the last time I weighed myself, I was 13 stone and 4 pounds. When I come back from holiday, I was 13 stone 9 pounds. So I'm quite happy. I will be weighing myself, not on the next show, but the one after. So I have a weight update. Only weigh yourself once a week. She says, sending you some photos taken locally, which I've just seen. Just beautiful photographs. It was so cold, it switched off the battery and the date turned back to 2004 on the camera. Blimey. They were, in fact, taken this year while you were in Australia. Oh, you mean while I was in Australia in those 30+ degree heat. Oh, wonderful. We can only dream of such heat here. We really can. But I have to say, it has warmed up, hasn't it, at last? There were a couple of days last week where I didn't have to have the heating on. Oh, I can't wait to turn that heating off. That meter is just going round and round, faster and faster. I wish we had been there with you instead. Oh, you would love it, Kath. Oh, the heat is what it's wonderful to be warm, even at night, walking around in a t-shirt and shorts. Oh, it's just lovely, that is. The cold is not to my liking at all. Oh, so you're the same as me, Kath, you see? Not liking the cold. Also sending photos of our laptop screen. As you can see, we've lost the big photo with the triangle. So we are unable to see you. Oh, luckily we still have the audio. Why have you lost the... I wonder why you've lost that then. You should be able to watch the show, today's show in video. Oh, why did that happen? Are you saying you can't watch any of the shows? You can only listen? Well, there's something wrong there with your setup, my darling. Okay, can you let me know if you can't watch? You can. Why not send an email? It's always quicker, Kath. Although you're probably a writing person. I bet you like to sit there on a table or a desk late at night and write letters, do you? Which is fine, you know, that's okay. But I wonder if you want any help. Are you able to actually see the shows or not? Do let us know, okay? My email address, by the way, have I given that out today? Is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. She says, as yet, we've to catch up on today's show, Tuesday. Can you advise me as to where I've gone wrong to mislay the video? Take care and regards from Kath. I don't think you have mislaid the video, Kath. But you've got a white box there instead of the picture with the triangle, and it's the triangle that you've got to click. You're looking for unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, aren't you? Yeah. I tell you what, try this one. unitedkingdomtalk.tv. All right? Try that one. unitedkingdomtalk.tv and see if you can play it from there. If not, you've got something missing from your computer. I can't remember, Kath, if you told me. Do you have any young people around you at all? Because they would be able, they'll be able to help you. And I don't say that being rude. When I need technical help, I have two people that I usually ask. One is my nephew, who's 12, 13 in a few weeks, incidentally, which he likes to tell everyone about. And another guy called Mikey Holt, who's 15. And, you know, they just know. How do these people know? They just know how to do these things. All right, so if you can't see the video, you've got something wrong with your... There's nothing wrong with your setup. You haven't lost it at all. There's just... I think there's just something wrong with your setup. Or you could try refreshing it. On your computer keyboard, you've got a row of buttons probably along the top. F1, F2, F3, and so on. I think if you hit F5 or F8 and see if that works, because you have to you kind of refresh the screen, all right, my darling? But you haven't lost the video. There's something wrong with the setup there. Okay, Kath? Nice to hear from you, my darling. Right. How are we doing on time? Oh, do you know, it goes so quick, it really does. Nearly time for me to go already. I have to admit, I was a little bit naughty when I went to see Alice in Wonderland the other day. I went down to see my friend Ron in London first, picked up the keys to his flat and sat round his flat until he finished work, and then we went to go. But unfortunately, I was very, very naughty, boys and girls, not as part of my calorie-controlled diet. I went out to a little local shop that's near him and purchased 6 cakes that I've never had before. They are Mr. Kipling iced angel cakes. 6 in a box, individually wrapped, 2 per wrapper. And I'm afraid I had all 6 within 15 minutes. Isn't that terrible? Oh my God, they were delicious. Are you in the UK? You must try those. They are absolutely delicious. Mr. Kipling Angel Cakes. Or possibly there might be angel slices, I'm not sure. But it's not an angel cake. It's like an angel cake, but it's not an angel cake. They're like little fingers. And they got pink icing on top. And they are just, oh, wonderful. They really are wonderful. Do try some of those. So I needed to admit that to you and beg forgiveness for daring to eat such wonderful things. Okay? Now, what else? Oh, yes, you know my photo gallery? I do have a photo gallery, which you'll find on the main site, chrisreardon.co.uk. That's my, personal site, okay? chrisreardon.co.uk. And I have all my photographs stored with a company called Webshots. And they're all online. Well, annually, you have to renew the fee, whatever it is that you pay, and that's all done. But this year, for some reason, the credit card I had on the site has now run out. And I'm trying to update my details on this Webshot site, and it's not having it at all. Isn't that strange? And I've sent them emails, and they say, well, it must be you. Well, it can't be me, dear. You know, I use this credit card all the time. I buy a few bits and pieces online, or I use it to purchase fuel for the car or something like that. But this Webshots, it is not having it. It will not allow me to update the things. Or you update it and it comes back with some sort of error message. And to be honest, you know, the people at Webshots are not being particularly helpful. They kind of point as, well, it must be that you've entered spaces or something. Well, there are no spaces. It's just not working. So I've got this dreadful feeling all my photographs are going to disappear offline, which is a bit disappointing, really, because I like to keep them all in one place. So there we are. Now, don't forget, do join us for our live chat show, where you can join in by Skype, and email and telephone as well. Unfortunately, with the telephone... Oh, what was that? Oh, the giraffe keeps... Why does my giraffe keep... Are you drunk, giraffe? Are you drunk, Mr. Giraffe? Is Mr. Giraffe drunk today? Have you been drinking without me knowing it? Stop falling over. Let me just bend his legs out a bit. It's only a plastic. This isn't wooden, actually. This is... Is it? I don't know. No, it's plastic, I think. Absolutely solid plastic, that is. No, it's going to fall over again, isn't it? Why do you keep falling over, dear? Well, I don't want to pull the legs too much because they might snap, mightn't they? Is that going to work? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, the legs... I pulled them open a bit... And then they keep going back again. 1 minute. I'd like to have my little bits and pieces out here. There we are. There we are. Mr. Giraffe is standing up now. You happy now, are you? I hope so. Right, the music and chat, the live chat show, as I say, is every Monday afternoon at 12 o'clock UK time. Okay? Monday afternoon at 12 o'clock UK time. We're on for 2 hours between 12 and 2. Join in by Skype, telephone and email. Now... Unfortunately, with the telephone, we've had to block unknown phone numbers. Now, the reason for this is someone keeps ringing in and they keep ringing it and then you answer and there's no one there. So it's someone mucking about. So it's very unfortunate, but we have had to block unknown phone numbers. So if you're on a withheld number, you must send your number with the phone call. Do you know what I mean? You know you've got that option of not sending your phone number. Yeah? Well, if you've got that option selected on your phone, then your phone you won't be able to get through. So you must just dial a number ordinarily and then sort of do it like that so we get your number. Not that we're going to ring you at 2 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. It's just so that we know you're a genuine caller and then you'll be able to get through. Okay, so that's Mondays at 12 o'clock UK time. To find that, just go to unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and click the yellow button in the top left-hand corner which says Listen Live, Mondays at 12 o'clock UK time. There we go. That's it for the show today. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Don't forget the email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show. Bye-bye now.